Fall is finally here, and today I'm discussing some of the most current trends that's going on with nails, from designs, products, supplies, techniques, all that good stuff. What is trending right now, fall 2024? Let's get into it right now. So let's start with some nail polish. You cannot have fall without some fall nail polish colors. So let's get into what is trending right now when it comes to fall colors. What should you have in stock for the season? So as we know, for fall, nudes are in. The nudes, the browns, whether you are team tan or you are team pink, you're gonna love a nice nude, and that is something that you definitely wanna have in stock for the season. So this first picture that I'm gonna show you is this collection, and it's the perfect combination of nudes. It's like if sheer nude and jelly polish had a baby, they made this collection. I love this collection. I bought it last winter. It flew off my shelf. I use it on everybody. They love it. I always put all my new stuff on display on the side so they know what I have on the table is more new as opposed to what's on the wall. And I finished it, had to rebuy it, and then I ended up finishing those two. So that's definitely in my cart to be purchased again for this fall. But I love this collection for all of the colors. This next collection is, again, a nice little set of nudes for people that actually want a little bit more coverage. So the other one, again, is like jelly and kind of sheer. It's more on the lighter side. I personally use a lot of cover acrylics, so I don't really use clear. So between the jelly colors and the cover acrylic, it kind of gives coverage. If you are somebody that doesn't do that and your clients just have regular clear acrylic or something, this collection might be a little bit better suited for you, because then again, you're gonna get that full coverage. Get a little bit more of a mix with this one, and you know, there's something for everybody. So brown is in, and if your clients are into browns, get them into it. I love a nice cappuccino color, coffee. I'm a coffee drinker, so everything's gonna relate back to coffee. But I love the variety of brown. Sometimes in the fall, in the winter, I'll do an ombre effect with different shades of brown, getting from light to dark on nails for people that just like color, but they want to have a little fun with it. I love it, and this collection is just gonna do just that. This is also a great collection for like mid-fall, when you start getting into those sweater nails, when you start getting into that leopard print. This collection is gonna be your savior, because it's gonna come with everything you need to kind of create those looks. So unless you've been living underneath a rock, you have to know what's been going on nail art wise this season when it comes to nail art. So let's get into some of the trending looks of fall, and what are the products that you're going to need to accomplish these looks. First and foremost, cat eye is in. Cat eye is all over the place. So whether you're using it just as polish and that's how you want to send your clients off, or if you want to create a cool background for anything that you want to design on top of it, it's definitely worth investing. This collection has everything you need from soft to dark, and it also comes with a magnet, so you don't have to worry about buying that separately. Can you tell I like Beatles polish? Maybe just a little bit. Another thing you want to keep in stock is chrome. Chrome is always in. Chrome is always going to be in. There's just something about chrome that just does something. So as we get from fall, dip into the holiday season, into New Year's, you definitely want to start having chrome. And again, guys, you don't want to wait until the season to start buying stuff. So don't think about, oh, I don't need reds yet for Christmas. No, we're buying stuff now for them, because it's gonna be very hard to find. So chrome is definitely something that's gonna be popular from now until the end of the year. So you wanna make sure you have some chromes on hand. And this set is kind of new from Beatles. I can't remember seeing it before. I use Chiara Sky chromes. I love, love, love their gold chrome. But this is giving it a run for its money, and I don't really order from Chiara Sky too much, so I might have to invest in this, and I think you should as well. And it also comes with all the colors that you need and then some. So you want to just take a look at this collection if you're looking to invest in some chrome. So this next one is an airbrush machine. So Savvyland recently came out with a new airbrush machine that I've been seeing all over my feed on Instagram. I actually have it in my save for later on my Amazon cart, and the actual machine, it comes just as if a lot of other machines come. So we have it's portable, it can charge, it has the same kind of features and benefits and all that stuff like all the other ones you've seen. So I wanted to kind of give this a try. But if you've ever had an airbrush machine, you already know the drama of airbrush machine. If you know, you know. It's one of those things that it gets stuck, it's clogged, you gotta clean it, it's a mess, stuff is everywhere. It's very annoying, and most people that I speak to that had an airbrush machine, we all tossed it for the same reason. So what intrigued me about this wasn't necessarily the machine, but this collection of colors that they came out with. So where we go wrong, me included, is somewhere on TikTok or online, we saw that we can use gel polish mixed with a little bit of acetone to create airbrush looks. Now, that's not how we're supposed to use the machine. This is why all of our machines clog and why they're in the trash can right now. So how we're supposed to use airbrush is we're supposed to be using gel paints that are specifically made for airbrush machine. They're already pigmented enough to give you the color. They're diluted and thin enough so that it comes out and with no drama, and it won't clog up your machine. So when I saw that Savvyland had this nice little set of gel polish colors for their airbrush machines, I'm definitely tempted to get it. So I definitely wanted to point that out to you. We all know that Aura nails are it right now. I don't really think that's going anywhere. That's been out for a couple months. Some people, I see texts, they love it. Some do it here and there. It works as a good background. And honestly, I've tried to do Aura with the eyeshadow method and the regular gel polish method, the ombre method. I've tried different ways to try to do that Aura look, but to be honest, airbrush is the best way to kind of get it accomplished. So leave me a comment down below if you have used this machine before. What are your thoughts on it? Did it work for you? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Let me know, because I have it in my cart and I'll wait for one of you to respond before I actually press add to cart. So let me know how this machine works, but definitely recommend some type of airbrush because it's definitely going to come in handy this season. Another thing that is trending like crazy, I think this is the #1 trending nail art that's going on right now, are these 3D gel sculpted flowers. We've seen them all over. You know what I'm talking about. Even if you don't know what I'm talking about right now, you know what I'm talking about. It's everywhere, and a lot of techs have been using different products. I want to recommend this one. I went through kind of a few products before. I was trying to figure out what am I gonna buy to kind of create this. Again, you have different products out there. One of my students recommended this product for me, and I actually really like it. I felt that for the cost, it was good. For the quantity that I got, for the amount that I paid, it was good and it worked very well. I found that a super teeny tiny bit goes a long way on the nail. So I'm like, I'm gonna have this for a while, because when I first had the sculpting gel, I had Chiara Sky's Flex Gel, and it came in this little tube like this, and honestly, after like 3 people, it was gone. It was a waste, and it was like $15 or something. So it was a waste, and this is so much more affordable and convenient because you can just find it on Amazon. So if you are trying to do these 3D sculpted flowers that you see all over Instagram, then I would definitely recommend this sculpting gel. And also I want to mention that it was super easy to use, and if you aren't familiar with the technique of picking up the piece of gel and rolling it into a ball, you want to kind of press it out. So no matter what kind of flower you're going to create, you want to use the silicone tip to press out. Now I was using one that I had previously as a rhinestone picker, and it was a little bit too rounded and fat on the tip for me. So then I found this, and I like that it has a nice point, so you're gonna get nice sharp indentation and marks for your flowers when you are pressing out your sculpting gel. So you might want to take a look at this as well when you're trying to make these flowers. Another super popular nail art trend that's going on is the seashell nails. You know what I'm talking about. Most girls are wearing them with French, and then you have the 3D lines or the wave look or actual seashell lines and paint underneath, however you want to do it. So this look requires a specific type of gel that needs to be used in order to create those lines. So again, a lot of techs use different things. I actually use my Manicure rhinestone glue, and I usually attach a nozzle to it so I have a little bit more control and more thinness when it comes out. But then Manicure came out with this. So this is basically what I do, but packaged up nicely for you. So it gives you a little bit more 3D-like structure. So the one thing with the rhinestone glue, it does tend to self-level after a bit. This will not. And you notice that the tip is already more nozzle-like, so you have a little bit more distinct lines when you are drawing with it. So this is something definitely you want to invest in if you want to create that look. This also works good for another trending nail art that's going on, and kind of the same thing where we're kind of making like a small, most girls are doing like an oval shape or some type of circle, any type of 3D something, and you want to paint it with chrome on top. That's also very popular. So you would also use this same gel to create that same look, and then again just rub some chrome right on top of it to create like that 3D circle on top of the nail. Or I don't know if you remember, when was this, earlier this year, sometime late last year, when the girls were doing the French. So the end was big and bulky. It just had like a little bump, but it was just like a design on the tip of the nail. That was very popular as well. So again, this is the type of gel that you would buy to create all of those looks. And lastly, an oldie but a goodie, French. French is never leaving. French is never gonna go anywhere. It's just gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse. French is always going to be in, and I know a lot of you struggle with doing a perfect French line, whether it's the traditional smile line or it's going to be your high arch French. I saw this and was amazed. So way back 115,000 years ago, when I started doing nails, they used to have these little stickers just like this in the local supply stores that you can put on your nail, paint, and then remove it and gives you a nice smile line. But when I saw that they had levels to it and that you can get the deep French with the sticker, sold. I want this. So if you are struggling with your French, I definitely recommend getting these stickers. Super duper time saving. I've seen all the hacks on TikTok. They just confuse me more. Am I supposed to draw a V, then draw an X, connected, do the dots, pull it in? It makes me nervous. It's just confusing. I feel for me, just drawing it and cleaning it up works so much better. But this, I need to have immediately. Because worst case scenario, when you use stickers like this on the nail, you peel it off, and sometimes you have a little bit of residue, or you might have a little bit you have to fill in, but that's gonna be so much easier than cleaning up a full line or creating it. So definitely if you're struggling with French, or you just wanna make it go by so much easier, if you have a lot of clients that do French and you're tired of drawing French, get this and save yourself some time, so then you can just put that sticker on, paint it, cure it, pull it off, and keep it moving. So now, if you are like me, you love yourself some cover nude acrylics, and let's get into some of the choices that we have when it comes to cover nude acrylics, especially those that I've been loving for the past couple years. So if you know, you know, I love me some Valentino cover nudes. Valentino is definitely worth the investment for good quality, perfect curing time, durability, all of these things. I love them. So we have our prettiest pink, our classic nude, our perfect nude. These are all perfect colors. Those three colors I stock all year round. That's what all my customers are using on their nails, unless they specifically tell me, which I think I only have one person that wants clear, then I'll do clear. Usually I use clear Valentino though. So the thing is, I love a nice clear, a nice cover acrylic, because for people that like nudes, or it just gives it a nice clean look for whatever you're gonna do. If you have your French girls, it just makes sense to give them a nice nude base, so then you don't have to actually paint a nude and then do your French or your design. You already have kind of the foundation done for you. So Valentinos are always a go for me. And one thing I also love from them is their Victoria's collection. So that's what, don't mind my Band-Aid. That's what I usually wear all year round. They have a nice selection of covers. Some are really, really dark if you look at that entire collection, but some I really, really love. I think I use Victoria's Secret. This is number 6, I believe. And this is my color all year round. I'm obsessed with this color. I love it. It's like, I kind of emphasize the tan a little bit more in the fall, and I downplay it when it starts to get warm, or I'll switch to pink and white for the summer months. But this year I've just been like rocking out with this. I love me a nice nude or tan acrylic or pink acrylic cover. But if you're looking for something a little bit more affordable, or let's say you need something like tomorrow, we know Amazon is going to be our go-to place when it comes to it. So when I came across this cover acrylic from Models Ones, I thought this is genius. You have a nice collection of a lot of color choices. Again, that variety for our clients. I know what my clients like. Maybe you want to offer something new, so you don't want to make a huge investment like Valentino. So definitely look onto Amazon. I saw this kit and I thought this was the perfect option for someone to have, to offer to their clients, and it gives you a good variety of color. And I also saw this Macart Pretty As Nude, which is very similar to the one that I'm wearing right now. And I'm not gonna lie, I hate when I have to place a Valentino order and just to order my color. I think I might try this color. I'm gonna cheat just for a little bit on Valentino with this color right here, because it is gorgeous. A lot of women like this nice tan brown color, so I definitely want to put this on my list. So check this out if you are looking for a nice tan. I didn't forget about my natural nail girls. I got you right now. So let's get into some of the things that you can incorporate into your menus for the fall season. Tree Hut is one of my favorite sugar scrubs ever. If you use it personally or you use it in your place of business, you already know that they all smell good. I have yet to find one that is nasty or if the texture isn't good. They smell like you want to eat it right out the jar. So incorporating different scents for fall for your manicure and pedicure services, particularly pedicures, you want to do scrubs, but hands as well if you want to offer sugar scrubs. We are coming into the colder months where people are going to start to dry. So pitching anything that's moisturizing, exfoliating, all that stuff is going to be good. So right here we have their pumpkin scented one, which is perfect right now. Right now we want to get pumpkin. We are in pumpkin spice world right now until the end of October. So pitching anything pumpkin, if that's your clientele or that's your thing, you could definitely pick this up and incorporate it into your pedicure service or create a pedicure around it. They also had this nice iced coffee. I'm a coffee person, so I saw that and I'm sold. So coffee's really good for the skin actually. So if you actually do a little bit of research, find a couple other products that could create a great coffee type of pedicure, which is something I might think. I've been trying to do between coffee and chocolate. I've been trying to come up with something for a new pedicure, which is really, really good for the skin as well. So these are definitely something that you can incorporate into your service menu. If you are looking to boost up your retail business and you want to incorporate something a little bit different this season for retail for your customers, then these are some of my go-tos when it comes to retailing. As I've said many times before, foot peeling masks are an amazing seller in the colder months because, as you can see, it don't look that pretty. So when you are still in, even if you're in ballet flat season, you gotta be totally in UGG season to start this, because it does peel, but when it does, your feet are left so smooth. So anytime, especially when you have those customers that don't really do their feet, sell them this, tell them to do this at home. You can keep it all winter long, because you have those that don't think anything about their feet, and the minute we hit end of March, early April, that first nice weather day, now they're thinking about their feet. This is something you can sell to your customers from now all the way up until March or April to prepare them for the nicer season. So these foot peeling masks are really, really great and super beneficial and affordable, because you buy it in bulk, and then you're gonna double your money by selling one to your customer and just keeping it. It sells itself. You don't really have to pitch it. But I love offering these as a part of a service or separately to my clients. A hand mask is also another great seller that you can either sell it to your customer, or you can purchase them and offer it as an add-on service. Hand masks are really, really good for the colder months. Again, we are drier, paraffin, hand masks, scrubs, all of these things are, now is the time. People aren't so much thinking about it, but this is when you should be in your brainstorming what kind of services, add-ons, something that you can kind of create or offer or sell to your client. And so hand masks are always good, and these are really good because they can just take that home and put it on and walk around their house and do whatever. You don't really necessarily have to do it for them, so they make really good retail sellers. And lastly, when it comes to your refreshment stand, I love to be cutesy and bougie about it. So I seasonally change out some of the things sometimes that I'm offering. So when it comes to snacks and refreshments and all that good stuff, what is trending for this season? So here we have some individually packaged pumpkin spice biscotti. And again, if you know your clients like pumpkin spice, this is definitely something a lot of people, I would say 80% of people are obsessed with pumpkin spice. I unfortunately am not one of them, but I know people out there exist. So something like this, if you're somebody that offers coffee like myself, tea, these go hand in hand. Biscotti and coffee are yin and yang. So this is something you can definitely offer as a little seasonal treat on your snack cart. And then we have this, which I do actually have, and I always stock hot chocolate. I'll do marshmallow packets. I do very much like the hot cocoa thing in the winter months, and then I kind of pull everything away when the weather changes. So pumpkin spice by Swiss Miss is a nice fun option. I don't think I've seen this in the store. Again, I'm not really a huge pumpkin spice person. I'm barely a hot chocolate person. But again, I'm not thinking about me, it's about them. But I do actually offer this particular one on my snack cart in the winter months. And lastly, with Halloween right around the corner and everybody running online to buy candy for the trick-or-treaters, you want to be ahead of the game. So last year I made sure that I purchased in bulk a lot of candies, and me and my assistant went and we divvied it out into little individual bags, because if you leave candy out, people don't know how to act. So we had to give them their little snack bag. So we had control of the situation. So I purchased this very large kit that came with such a good variety of like the name brand stuff, not like the known brand candies, and we individually divvied it out. So there's a couple options here that you can see for different candy options as we are getting into October. October is a couple weeks away. And we don't want to think about Halloween at the end of October. You're only going to see your customers probably once that month. So when it comes to Halloween and stuff, you want to start having everything out, decorated, all that stuff as of the 1st. All the things I've discussed here today, you can find on my Amazon storefront in a new list called Fall Trends. You can find the link in the description box down below. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. All of the things that I have mentioned in today's video, you can find on my Amazon storefront in a new section, in a new list called Fall. So that sounded so boring. You can find on my Amazon storefront in a new list called Fall I don't want to call it that. What do I want to call this list? Trending fall trends. Fall trends sounds better. I like that. In a new list called Fall Trends from, what's happening? All of the things that you have seen here, I have